Today, now going over to the political part podcast, you have Trump's network skyrocketed to 6.4 billion thanks to Truth Social. Now this comes with us thanks to the Daily Mail. Specifically, it's Geoff Earl, who is the writer of the article, and they note that, quote, Trump's net worth surges to 6.4 billion to make him one of the world's 500 richest person for the first time after he completed his social media company's lucrative merger, which is quite a bit to say the least. Now this is thanks to the announcement of the Digital World acquisition. Shareholders voted on the special purpose acquisition company to merge with the Trump firm that owns his Truth Social platform. They noted that after a jump in the stock price, Trump's net worth jumped by an astonishing 4 billion, which is quite a bit to say the least. Now, the question is he going to actually liquidate it and sell it, or if he wants to hold that stock for quite some time, which, again, this is going to help because, again, he has a lot of bills coming up. It looks like they've actually decreased. So, New York, they actually say that they lowered it from $454 million, which, again, has never happened. Now it's just a measly $175 million for the appeal court, which, again, it's a lot of people are just signaling, they're seeing that as political persecution. Fascinatingly enough, I'm not seeing any other politicians really charged with this, although you did see other presidents or current presidents and former presidents get off scot-free when it comes to not handling documents properly, with the Department of Justice saying Biden is not fit to stand trial, so it doesn't make sense to actually put him on trial. That happened a couple weeks ago. Now, it is astronomically impressive. I would never have thought that True Social would actually be worth this much, because again, starting a social media company is one of the most difficult things to do. That's why Elon bought X Twitter as opposed to starting his own. Pretty much every social media company that's tried has failed epically. It's one of the most difficult things to actually have people adopt a new technology or a new feature. It has to be infinitely better or unique than what you're currently using. Now, Trump did offer that because, again, he stopped putting on his content on X Twitter, so he doesn't tweet anymore, with the exception of his mugshot, but he puts his content on Truth Social. And, I mean, in my opinion, that's why people join the platform, is because he's a big draw. It's a big entertainment. People want to learn about what he's saying, stay informed. I mean, he was the big draw of why people are joining the platform. And I can't help but think, I still can't believe it's worth that much. Now, I'm not sure how they're going to really long-term monetize, make it a viable product in terms of ensuring that, it has recurring monthly revenue. Will they allow advertisers to actually have targeted ads to people who are on the platform? It's going to be really interesting to see how that evolves, and truth be told, we might even have to sign up for it one of these days to kind of learn a little bit more. Now, let's see here. I can't help but, let's see. Let's go to the comments, because there's a couple in here. Now, one of the first ones comes from ShadowFit, saying, quote, I'm baffled at how things work in the U.S. How can a company that makes $5 million annually but have a running cost of losses of 31 annually be worth 3.5 billion? If that isn't a massive crime committed, I want to know how. They got 107 likes but 41 downvotes because they don't know how stock works. I mean, a big value of the stock is public perception. What do you think it's going to be worth long term? It doesn't always have to be financially viable, especially in the short term. Some of the most successful companies we know about had losses for years. Probably most famously Amazon.com, which their losses were almost, I think it was over a decade, but they actually made their first profit. Same with Tesla, which achieved the impossible. They had losses for years, and they actually became a profitable EV company, and now the market leader. You have another comment from Run of the Mill saying, quote, Democrats are trying to bankrupt Trump and drive his voters away. What they have accomplished so far is not only increase his voter base, but increase his wealth to $6 billion. They pushed him into the Forbes 500, unquote. They got 901 likes, but 325 downvotes. Phoenix Ambrosia replied saying they don't need to try to do it. He's done it enough times to himself. I'm sure he doesn't need any help, unquote. Getting 100 upvotes, but 45 downvotes. Which, again, it seems like the plan has backfired. Well, in terms of public perception and support for Trump, every time there's an indictment, he just went up in the polls for the Republican nominee, and subsequently he did not win, so he is the forerunner for the Republican Party. And it is alienating some people in terms of, I know some people who viscerally don't like Trump because of the charges, But those people are also, I know them, again, this is anecdotal experience from, talking to friends and acquaintances. Those people already were not fans of Trump to begin with, and they vote Democrat anyway. So, I mean, there's going to be certain votes, no matter who's on the ballot, left and right. You'll have people who will vote for whoever's on the left and whoever's on the right just because they're locked in and they think the party's going to help them out someday. Which, statistically speaking, I'm pretty pessimistic on pretty much any party doing much to help the average American out. But nevertheless, there are those votes that are baked in, so to say. And it will be interesting. I mean, how long will it take for Truth Social to make a profit? What's the adoption rate going to be looking like? I mean, I've seen a lot. I mean, again, anecdotal experience. Facebook is doing a lot more ads on YouTube and Google, trying to increase their audience size, their sample size, well, the customer base, really, or I should say the product size, because you don't pay for Facebook. Therefore, you're not the customer, you're the product. That's why marketing companies or businesses will pay to advertise to you on Facebook. That's how you can use it for free. Well, not really free, you pay with your data, but I partially digress. Let me know, have you ever used Truth Social? Do you think that's going to become one of the most popular social media platforms? And if you haven't signed up, why haven't you? Or if you have, what do you like about it? As always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, I'm trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.